All right, get ready because today we are going to dive into some pretty mind-bending stuff. We're talking about finite and infinite games, the kind of stuff that makes you rethink, like, everything.
Yeah.
And to help us wrap our heads around all this, we're going to be taking inspiration from a book called Finite and Infinite Games by this guy, James P. Carse.
Great book.
Yeah, and fun fact, Robert Pirsig, the author of Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. You know that book.
I do, yeah.
That was one of his favorite books, so
Wow.
it's going to be good, right?
Definitely a good sign.
So
Yeah.
I'm excited to dive into this with you.
Me too.
So let's get right to it.
Sure.
Can you give us like the basic overview of what Carse is talking about with these finite and infinite games?
Yeah, well, the core idea is that there are these two types of games we play in life, finite games and infinite games.
Okay.
And the main difference is that finite games are played to win. Like, there's a winner and a loser. Whereas infinite games are played to keep playing, so the goal is to continue the game.
Okay, so that makes me think of like a football game versus, I don't know, like building a lifelong friendship.
Yeah, exactly. That's a perfect example.
Yeah.
The football game has a clear endpoint. Somebody wins, somebody loses.
Right.
Whereas a friendship is, well, it's about the journey itself.
Yeah, it's about keeping it going.
Right, exactly.
Okay, I'm intrigued, but I think we need to break this down a bit further.
Yeah, of course.
Like, what are some of the like key differences between these two types of games?
Sure.
Like, in a football game, there are very clear rules. Like you said, there are boundaries, you know. How does that apply to something like a friendship?
Right, well, you've hit on a key point.
Okay.
The whole idea of rules and boundaries.
Yeah.
In a finite game, like your football example, the rules are fixed.
Right.
Everyone agrees on them beforehand, and they don't change mid-game.
Okay.
Everyone knows what it takes to win, right?
Yeah.
You step outside the lines, you get penalized. The focus is on beating your opponent within a defined space. But in an infinite game, like a friendship,
Okay, yeah.
it's not about defeating the other person. It's more about working together to keep the connection alive.
So are you saying there are no rules at all in a friendship?
Not exactly.
Really?
It's more that the rules are fluid.
Okay.
They're constantly evolving as the relationship grows. So think of it like this.
Yeah.
In a friendship, you're not trying to defeat the other person.
Yeah.
You're figuring out the rules as you go along together.
They're both on the same team.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay.
It's about mutual understanding and adapting rather than like competition.
Right. And you're not limited by a football field, you know, you can.
Exactly. There are no set boundaries in a friendship.
Yeah.
It can grow and change.
Yeah.
New people can join. The dynamic shift. It's alive, you know.
Okay.
It's dynamic.
That makes sense, I think. But in a finite game, like we were talking about, there's a clear winner, right?
Right.
Someone gets a trophy, bragging rights, all that stuff. So what's the prize in an infinite game?
Well, Carse would say the prize is the continuation of the game itself.
Oh, okay.
The ongoing joy of participating.
So it's more about the journey than the destination.
Precisely.
Okay.
And this is where things get really interesting because Carse argues that even something like death can be incorporated into an infinite game.
Whoa, hold on. How does that work? I mean, isn't death like the ultimate game over?
Yeah, in a finite game, for sure, death is elimination.
Right.
But in an infinite game,
Yeah.
it can be seen as a transformation.
Yep.
Think of it like a river flowing into the ocean.
Okay.
The river, as we knew it, may cease to exist,
Yeah.
but the water continues its journey in a new form, right?
Okay. I like that image.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
It's a powerful way to think about it.
So you're saying that even loss or change
Yeah.
can be woven into an infinite game.
Exactly. It's about adapting,
Yeah.
evolving, finding meaning even within limitations,
Okay.
rather than being defeated by them.
So this is way bigger than just games, right? This is like,
This is about life.
yeah, this is a whole framework for thinking about how we approach life.
Exactly.
I'm starting to see that.
That's what's so brilliant about Carse's work, you know?
Yeah.
He takes these seemingly simple ideas like games
Yeah.
and uses them to illuminate these really fundamental questions about how we live,
Yeah.
how we interact with each other, how we find meaning.
So how does all this apply to, say, like society as a whole?
That's a great question.
I mean, societies have laws.
Yeah.
Institutions like clear boundaries.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty finite, right?
Well, that's exactly where we're headed next.
Okay.
Carse has some really fascinating insights on how society and culture can be understood through this lens of finite and infinite games.
Right.
But before we jump into that, what What stands out to you so far? What's sparking your curiosity about these ideas?
Honestly, the thing that's really sticking with me is the idea that death can be part of an infinite game.
Yeah.
That's really making me think about, like, legacy,
Yeah.
impact, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's a powerful concept.
It is. It is.
And it ties in beautifully with how Karst views society and culture.
Okay, yeah, let's get into that.
Okay.
Honestly, the idea that even death can be part of an infinite game is really blowing my mind.
It's a powerful concept, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it ties in beautifully with how Karst views society and culture.
Okay.
He sees society as a collection of those finite games we were talking about.
Okay.
All about rules, institutions, maintaining order,
Yeah.
creating boundaries, hierarchies.
So it's like everyone's trying to climb the same ladder
Exactly.
to get to those limited spots at the top.
Yeah, vying for that top spot, right?
Right.
But he argues that culture operates more like an infinite game. It's fluid, constantly evolving, pushing against those boundaries.
Yeah.
It's where creativity and new ideas emerge,
Okay.
challenging the established order.
So it's like society provides the structure,
You could say that, yeah.
and culture is the energy that keeps things moving and changing
That's a great way to put it.
within that structure.
Yeah, and this tension between the finite and the infinite.
Yeah.
This is where things get really interesting.
Oh.
Because even within a society,
Yeah.
you have individuals and groups who are playing different kinds of games.
Right.
Some are fiercely competing for power and status,
Yeah.
while others are more focused on collaboration, creating something new.
This makes me think about property and power.
Okay.
Karst seems to connect those to finite games, right?
Yeah.
Like acquiring property is a way of showing off the titles and power you've won.
You're catching on quickly.
Am I? Okay.
He argues that in a finite game, property becomes a symbol of victory,
Okay.
a way to mark your territory, solidify your position within the hierarchy.
So the more you accumulate, the higher you climb on that ladder?
In a sense, yes.
Okay.
But in an infinite game,
Yeah.
the focus shifts.
Okay.
It's not about how much you acquire,
Right.
but how you use what you have to keep the game going
Yeah.
to create something meaningful,
Okay.
lasting.
This makes me wonder about how these ideas apply to our relationship with nature.
Okay.
I mean, we've been talking about human interactions, but surely this goes beyond that.
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
Karst extends this framework to our relationship with the natural world as well.
Okay.
He sees the machine as a symbol of the finite approach,
Okay.
trying to dominate and control nature to extract resources for our own gain.
So it's like we're imposing our will on nature,
Precisely.
trying to force it to play by our rules.
Yeah, trying to bend it to our will.
Okay.
But he contrasts this with the garden,
Okay.
which represents a more infinite approach.
Okay. So what's the guardian?
It's about working in harmony with nature,
Okay.
respecting its rhythms, understanding that we are part of a larger ecosystem.
So instead of trying to conquer nature,
Yeah,
we're learning to collaborate with it.
exactly.
Okay.
It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of all things,
Yeah.
understanding that our actions have consequences that ripple outwards.
That's a pretty profound shift in perspective.
It is.
It makes me think about things like sustainability and climate change in a whole new light.
Mm-hmm.
If we see ourselves as part of an infinite game with nature,
Yeah.
wouldn't that change how we approach those challenges?
It certainly raises some important questions, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It highlights the importance of understanding the different games we're playing,
Right.
not just with each other,
Yeah.
but with the world around us.
Okay, so we've covered society,
Mm-hmm.
culture, property, power,
Yeah.
even nature.
We're hitting all the big ones.
And Karst doesn't shy away from applying these concepts to our personal lives either, does he?
You're right. He doesn't.
Okay. And this is where things get even more personal and, dare I say,
Yeah.
a little bit spicy.
All right. I'm all ears.
Well, Karst argues that sexuality, like any other aspect of life,
Mm-hmm.
can be approached from a finite or infinite perspective.
So is he saying there's a right and wrong way to approach intimacy?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
He's more interested in exploring the underlying motivations
Okay.
and how they shape our experiences.
Okay.
He suggests that finite sexuality
Yeah.
is often about conquest and possession,
Okay.
treating the other person as an object to be one.
So that sounds a lot like those power dynamics we were talking about earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about ego,
Mm-hmm.
control,
Yeah.
often reducing someone to a trophy
Mhm.
or a symbol of one's own desirability.
Yeah.
But infinite sexuality, he argues, is about something entirely different.
Yeah. So what does that look like?
He describes it as a dance of genuine connection,
Okay.
vulnerability, and deep respect for the other person's freedom.
It's about letting go of the need to control.
Yeah.
Embracing the mystery and beauty of intimacy as a shared experience.
That sounds a lot more fulfilling, to be honest.
It certainly invites a different kind of depth and connection, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And this actually reminds me of something else Cars talks about.
Oh, yeah.
The difference between relating to someone as a title versus relating to them by name.
That's a brilliant connection.
Is it?
Yeah.
It just struck me that when you were describing finite sexuality, it made me think about how we often reduce people to labels or roles.
Yeah.
You know, like the hot one.
Oh, I see.
The successful one, the one that got away.
Yeah, right.
But relating to someone by name feels like you're acknowledging their full humanity, not just a title they've earned or a role they're playing.
That's such a powerful insight.
It is.
Yeah, and it applies to so many areas of life, you know?
Yeah.
When we focus on titles, we're essentially playing a finite game. Comparing, competing, trying to fit ourselves and others into these predefined boxes.
Yeah.
But when we connect with someone by name,
Yeah.
we open ourselves to the possibility of an infinite game.
Okay.
One where genuine connection and mutual understanding can flourish.
Okay. My mind is officially blown.
It's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
But it's exciting stuff, isn't it?
It is.
It's a lens that can help us make sense of the world around us and the choices we make every day.
So where do we go from here?
Well,
what other aspects of life does Cars explore through this lens of finite and infinite games?
Well, there's one more area I think you'll find particularly fascinating, especially given your line of work.
What's that?
He delves into the power of myth and storytelling and how they shape our understanding of the world.
Ooh, that sounds right up my alley. Tell me more. All right, storytelling and myth, this is where I geek out.
Yeah, me too.
So how does Cars tie those into the idea of finite and infinite games?
Well, he makes this really interesting distinction between two types of storytelling. Theatrical and dramatic. He says theatrical storytelling is very much aligned with a finite game mindset.
Okay, so like I'm thinking those classic Hollywood blockbusters where the good guy always wins.
Exactly.
And everything wraps up neatly in the end.
Yeah, there's a clear script.
Right.
A predetermined outcome.
Yeah.
A sense that everything happens for a reason.
Right. And it can be satisfying.
Oh, for sure. It can be very satisfying.
But Cars argues that it can also limit our understanding of the world.
Yeah, it can keep us stuck in that finite mindset.
Because it reinforces the idea that life is all about winning and losing.
Exactly.
Okay.
But dramatic storytelling.
Yeah.
He suggests that's more aligned with an infinite game.
So like more of those independent films that leave you with more questions than answers.
Yeah, that's a great example.
You know, the ones that really make you think.
Yeah, the ones that stay with you.
Yeah.
Dramatic storytelling embraces ambiguity.
Multiple perspectives. The idea that the journey itself is more important than reaching a predetermined destination.
It's like how we try to impose a narrative on our own lives, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Trying to make everything fit into this neat and tidy story.
Right. Trying to find that perfect ending.
But life is rarely that straightforward.
It's messy. It's unpredictable.
Right.
It's full of twists and turns.
And Cars would say that embracing that, that messiness, that lack of a fixed script is key to living an infinite game.
I think he's right.
Which, this is going to sound like a jump, but it brings us back to something we talked about earlier.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
That difference between relating to someone as a title versus relating to them by name.
Ah, yes, I see the connection.
It just struck me that theatrical storytelling is kind of like seeing the world through titles. You reduce people and experiences to like their roles, their achievements, you know.
Their place in the hierarchy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about labels. But dramatic storytelling is more like relating to someone by name.
I see what you're saying.
You see them as a complex individual with their own unique story, their own motivations and desires.
That is such a brilliant insight.
Is it really?
It really highlights how these seemingly abstract concepts from Cars's work can apply to even the most personal aspects of our lives.
It makes me think about how we even define success, you know?
How so?
In a finite game, success is all about those external markers.
The trophies, the title.
The accolades.
Right.
But in an infinite game, maybe success is more about like the quality of our experiences, the depth of our connections, the impact we have on the world.
You're hitting on something profound here.
Yeah.
Kars actually talks about the concept of genius in this context.
Okay, how does genius fit into all of this?
He defines genius as the ability to see and act from a place of originality.
Okay.
To break free from those fixed roles and scripts we were talking about. It's about tapping into that creative energy that flows through all of us.
Yeah.
When we let go of the need to control and just allow ourselves to be present.
So it's about being fully engaged in the infinite game of life.
Exactly.
Not getting caught up in that win-lose mentality.
The finite games. Yeah.
Okay, my brain is like overflowing right now.
I know, there's a lot to unpack here.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation.
It has.
It feels like Kars is giving us a whole new vocabulary for understanding the world and our place in it.
Yeah, a new way of seeing things.
But I have to ask, what does this all mean for us on a practical level?
Right.
How do we actually apply these concepts to our everyday lives?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
And I think the beauty of Kars's work is that it doesn't give us like a set of instructions or a one-size-fits-all solution.
Right.
Instead, it invites us to ask ourselves some really important questions.
Okay, like what?
Yeah.
Give me an example.
Well, a fundamental one he poses is, what are we playing for?
Yeah.
Are we driven by the need to win, to acquire, to conquer? Or are we more interested in the journey itself?
Yeah.
The connections we make, the impact we have,
Right.
the legacy we leave behind. The answers to those questions, they can guide our choices, our relationships, and ultimately how we choose to play the infinite game of life.
Wow, that's a lot to think about.
It is.
I think I need some time to sit with that and let it all sink in.
I think we all do, you know?
Yeah.
It's not about finding all the answers right away.
Right.
But just starting to ask the right questions.
Yeah.
And Kars's work definitely provides us with a framework for doing that.
This has been an incredible deep dive. I feel like I've gained a whole new perspective on everything.
It's been a pleasure exploring these ideas with you.
Likewise.
And I hope our listeners are walking away with a similar sense of, I don't know, wonder and possibility. The beauty of an infinite game is that it's always unfolding, always offering new opportunities for growth, connection, creation.
Absolutely. So to all our listeners out there, keep playing, keep exploring, keep asking those big questions.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thanks for joining us on this journey into the world of finite and infinite games.
Sure.